What if one of history's greatest scientific minds was born 2,000 years earlier? Imagine Albert Einstein, not in 1879 Germany, but in ancient Greece around 400 BCE. This single change could have completely rewritten human history as we know it. Einstein revolutionized our understanding of the universe with his theories of relativity, but what if these ideas emerged during the golden age of Greek philosophy? At a time when Socrates, Plato, and Aristotle were reshaping human thought, Einstein's mathematical genius would have been extraordinary even by ancient Greek standards. The Greeks already had brilliant mathematicians like Pythagoras and Euclid. They understood geometry and basic astronomy. But Einstein's approach to physics would have been revolutionary. His ability to visualize complex problems and create thought experiments would have meshed perfectly with Greek philosophical traditions. In our timeline, Einstein published his special theory of relativity in 1905, showing that time and space are interconnected and that the speed of light is constant. This overturned Newtonian physics, which had dominated for centuries. But what if these ideas had emerged in ancient Greece instead? Imagine Einstein discussing the curvature of space-time with Aristotle, or debating the quantum nature of light with Democritus, who had already proposed an early atomic theory. These conversations could have jump-started modern physics 2 millennia early. The Greeks already had the mathematical foundation needed. Archimedes came close to developing calculus, which Newton and Leibniz would only formalize in the 16th century. With Einstein's insights, Greek mathematicians might have completed this work thousands of years earlier. Einstein's famous equation E equals mc² squared might have changed everything. Understanding the relationship between energy and mass could have led to early discoveries in nuclear physics. Imagine the Roman Empire with access to nuclear energy. History would be unrecognizable. But there would have been significant challenges too. Einstein's theories required sophisticated measuring equipment that simply didn't exist in ancient Greece. His predictions about light bending around massive objects couldn't be tested without advanced telescopes. The technology to verify many of his ideas wouldn't exist for centuries. There's also the social context to consider. While ancient Greeks valued knowledge, they still lived in a world filled with superstition and mythology. Einstein's radical ideas might have faced resistance from religious authorities, just as Galileo would thousands of years later. And what about Einstein's Jewish heritage? Ancient Greece had Jewish communities, but they were minority populations. Einstein's religious background might have affected how his ideas were received in a predominantly polytheistic society. Yet the Greeks were remarkably open to new ideas. They debated everything from the nature of matter to the structure of the cosmos. Einstein's theories might have found fertile ground among these early scientists and philosophers. If Einstein had convinced his Greek contemporaries about relativity, subsequent scientific development would have accelerated dramatically. We might have reached our current technological level 1,000 years ago or more. Imagine where humanity would be now with an additional millennium of scientific progress. The printing press, which wasn't invented until the 15th century in our timeline, might have emerged much earlier, spreading Einstein's ideas throughout the ancient world. Knowledge that took centuries to develop might have been available to Roman engineers or medieval scholars. The Industrial Revolution could have happened during the Roman Empire rather than 18th century England. Steam engines might have powered Roman ships across the Atlantic. Perhaps the Romans would have reached the Americas 1,000 years before Columbus. Telescopes and microscopes might have been invented millennia earlier, revolutionizing astronomy and medicine. Diseases that devastated ancient populations might have been understood and treated. The average human lifespan could have doubled or tripled. And what about space exploration? With a 2,000-year head start, we might already be colonizing other planets in our solar system. Mars could be a thriving human settlement by now. Interstellar travel might be within our technological grasp. Communications technology would be unimaginably advanced. The internet might seem primitive compared to whatever global information system would exist after 2,000 additional years of development. But there's a darker possibility too. Advanced technology doesn't always lead to peace and prosperity. Nuclear weapons might have emerged during ancient conflicts. The Punic Wars between Rome and Carthage might have ended with atomic devastation instead of conventional conquest. Einstein deeply regretted his indirect role in developing nuclear weapons. In ancient Greece, would he have had the foresight to recognize how his discoveries might be weaponized? Would he have shared all his knowledge or kept some theories secret? There's also no guarantee that Einstein alone could have changed history. Science advances through collaboration and building on previous discoveries. Even Einstein relied on the work of Maxwell, Lorentz, and Poincaré. Without their contributions, could he have developed relativity from scratch? Still, Einstein's unique perspective and intuitive understanding of physics might have been enough to trigger an early scientific revolution. His ability to see connections that others missed could have provided the critical spark. So what would our world look like today if Einstein had been born in ancient Greece? Would we be an interstellar civilization? Would we have solved climate change, disease, and poverty? Or would we have destroyed ourselves with advanced weapons 1,000 ago? We'll never know for certain. But this thought experiment reminds us how profoundly a single brilliant mind can reshape human history. Einstein changed our understanding of the universe in the 20th century. In ancient Greece, he might have changed everything.